I saw these challenges that I was telling you about. Another thing I experienced in that organization that I was telling you the other time was that after I resigned, they sent a mail, a disclaimer, saying that my probation was delayed for 3 years due to challenges from my employer. A deliberate falsehood. And my concern is this: the people who spread this falsehood, some of them don't wear earring, they are HSU. There's a particular one, when he's talking, he will be quoting the Bible. Because it was not one person that did it, they came together. And I can't imagine, if I'm telling my children, don't lie, why should I do something different, even in the office? The fact is that 6 months after I joined that company, everything I needed for my confirmation was ready. I was to provide 2 references. They were ready as at April. 2 guarantors, they were ready. They don't do background check. It was when we got there, following my audit, that the HR man started background check. In our recommendation, we said they should do for all the staff. So he now chose to do for all of us that just came nearly. They are sent to my school. They've received the response. They now sent to my previous company. And my company said they were unable to provide response due to certain obligation. They didn't mention if it was loan or not. That was in April. So the head of HR at the time, he now took it like it was a big case. Yoruba will say barbaralize. He tried to make it look like a big issue. I told you in other classes, things I've seen. How 2 staffs were deployed, 1 salary increase, all those things I found. So the mentality was, you have been catching things, you have been giving us problems. That was the same year I won award, 1 million naira. So he tried to, instead of him to calm down, ask me, he didn't. So the MD of that company, in anger, knowing what was happening, now chose to buy over the loan, 650 something. So I fill a form, I still have the form. They provided me with the money, I paid the bank, the previous employer. The same month, they provided my reference. So what does that mean? I fulfilled all conditions. My confirmation appraisal was done in August by an elderly man. In fact, he recommended that they should promote me to the next level, because as at that time, I wanted to leave earlier. They said I should not leave. They promised me heaven and earth. They said if they confirm me, if they confirm me alone, to bring an issue that they usually confirm in 1 month, 6 months. But because people after confirmation they don't perform, so they increase it to 1 year, that I should wait. So that prompted the man to recommend in August 15, all these things were in my file. They had access to it. So I got a response from my employer dated May. So it means I got everything ready. Meanwhile, if the man had not bought the loan over, I would have finished the loan payment in 2 months' time. I would have finished in July and we're due for confirmation in August. But the anger of what the man did and what I had done, sensing that the man was treacherous, he now chose to buy it over. They have all these things in my file and they choose to lie. Whereas they were only sleeping. They were sleeping. They slept for 3 years. When they suddenly woke up, they did confirmation for 8 of us out of 9. Maybe they didn't know that I have the evidence. They would not have spread that lies. On February 17, the HR lady just woke up from slumber and sent to the MD to say some people were due for confirmation, that they were not confirmed. And the MD responded on February 18, 2021. That was 3 years after we had resumed. In fact, in her mail, she stated that there was nowhere in our letter that stated that they must increase our salary or that they must promote us, so their company will not incur any cost in her justification. So the MD of that company approved on February 18. She wrote on February 17. A lady reporting to her was saddled with the responsibility to prepare our letter. The lady did on February 18 for 8 of us out of 9. Developers were there. One developer was omitted. They said on account of performance. The same developer I told you the other time, they tried to send away, that I saved. 3 years after, they still said he was not performing. He was not among us. And they had the gut to come and lie. If my own was delayed due to my employer's concern, what about the other 8? What about the other? Let's even say, what about the other 7 that were confirmed on the same day with me? The evidence of confirmation of others, they are at reach. That all of us were confirmed on the same day. You see, their employer that delayed their own confirmation, they had access to my files. They choose to mislead people. They choose to change the facts in conspiracy. It was not only one person that did it. This is a company that has sacrificed the confidence of my family for. I was supposed to be abroad. I was supposed to be making money by now. In February 2019, they were begging me not to leave. I was to be given a senior manager, then on confirmation, principal manager with status car. They would have given me another one because they change it every 4 years. Those are things I sacrifice. These people, they had their children abroad, London, Canada, all of them. They could not have taken that sacrifice out of care and love for that company. I wanted the MD of that company to succeed. Somebody wanted to leave, he said no. You had him banned, you stagnated him, you denied him everything. And you were listening to hearsay without asking questions. And he was leaving, you are now maligning him. You spread falsehood. This for the second time. At first, they said he was suspended, sent to us staff when he was not suspended. They even attempted to take that disclaimer to the media, and that would have been more beautiful. So, that's what we are talking about.